Live at 6, SU students concerned about mass shooting threats after that UNC incident a couple of days ago.
Plus, Latin Heritage Month is in full swing here on campus. We'll tell you what you need to know.
And Marshall Street getting an exciting new addition. What that new bagel shop will be called. The news starts right now.
TV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Students at SU and across the nation are speaking out, saying they feel unsafe on college campuses. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Bradley Hoppenstein, in for Zach Richter.
And I'm Chilekasi, Adele. It's our question some are asking tonight. Does campus police do enough to make them feel safer?
Threat at the University of North Carolina has students here at CUSE on high alert. Our Corps Mayor Costa asked students how safe they feel on campus.
Home to over 22,000 students, SU stands at the heart of the city.
Syracuse University is an open campus, which means faculty, students, and staff can come in and out of campus as they want. But what that also means is that other people can do the same. Tell me that's all a part of going to school in the city of Syracuse.
It is what it is. It's everyone's world.
I mean, you know, we're a campus in the middle of the city. Like, it's gonna feel unsafe to a certain level.
That feeling is reflected in how some students plan their day.
I definitely do get nervous. I think that affects the times that I choose to travel. Like, certain times, like 1 or 2, I'll probably call an Uber rather than walk, because I know that it is an open campus and I might interact with people I don't know, and it could be a potentially dangerous situation. I am a woman, so that's something that I'm constantly thinking about despite where I am.
Freshman Alexandra Niku has a friend who is a student at UNC Chapel Hill, where an armed, dangerous person was spotted on campus this week. She says there's more that SU can do to prevent widespread fear in the case of an active shooter.
We haven't really had any active shooter drills or anything like that. And I would kind of maybe appreciate knowing like what the university plans to do if that ever happens. Like, how will they let everyone know? Because there's no like PA system or anything. So, you know, except for like, you know, the sounds of like gunfire or something, how are we supposed to know what's going on?
Reporting for CitrusTV News, I'm Corps Mayor Costa.
Cor, thank you. Concerning times indeed for students at schools all across the ACC, UNC, Virginia. Let's talk Marshall Street now. A lot of us remember the Starbucks on Marshall that closed in June of 2022. Replacing it is a new bagel shop. We spoke to a couple of the owners of the corner business who tell us the new eatery will be named Schoolyard Bagels. They say the Target opening is scheduled for mid-October.
Well, today kicked off SU's celebrations for Latin Heritage Month. The month of celebrations ends on October 15th. Attendees can expect performances, speakers, discussions, sporting events, and more. Highlights include Torneo de Football, a soccer tournament to celebrate Latin heritage, Fiesta Latina, a night full of Latin cuisine and live entertainment, and a drag performance.
New details tonight. If you happen to be walking past Thorndon Park, you may stumble upon the Gustav Stickley House. It is one of the recipients of the $1 million the city of Syracuse is receiving from the American Rescue Plan Act. Mayor Ben Walsh announced the winners last week, but Citrus TV's Luke Welch got a deeper look into the renovations of the home, the father of the American arts and crafts movement.
A city rich with history looks to renovate this historic house on Columbus Street. The Gustav Stickley House A city rich with history looks to renovate this historic house on Columbus Street. The Gustav Stickley House restoration project looks to combine the traditions of his love for hospitality and arts and crafts. Citrus TV sat down with the president of the foundation, who told us about the original travesty.
There was an interior fire, and it burned about 80% of the first floor and 30% of the second floor.
The foundation looks to keep the first floor of the house an arts and crafts center the way Stickley would have imagined, and the upstairs, 5 two-room guest suites vacant to the public.
I'm hoping that we were able to start construction this winter, late winter sometime, and finish it up maybe late fall of 2024. I have a feeling it's going to stretch into 2025. You know, there's going to be a waiting list to stay here.
The president emphasized the importance of the fund and how local public officials played a huge role in commencing the renovations, but the fundraising is not done yet.
Mayor Walsh has been fantastic. The county executive has been fantastic. They've both been there for us. They've attended meetings that we had when we first were putting our campaign committee together. So it's a huge help. Our goal right now, we have to raise about $1,300,000 to finish the project. We've already raised about $3.5 million.
The foundation will hold an open house at the end of the month during the Westcott Street Fall Fest. For more information on the renovation process, visit GustavStickleyFoundation.org. Luke Welch, Citrus TV News.
All right, Luke, thank you. The Lerner Center and Maxwell X Lab have partnered with the Onondaga County Sheriff's Office to reduce the impact of illicit drugs. The project is funded by a $1.2 million grant from the U.S. Department of Justice. The goal is to build strong coordination between custody and community-based treatment and establish peer recovery support for people leaving jail.
The CEO of the Elvis Duran Group will be speaking at Newhouse on Monday. David Katz is also a talent agent representing the morning radio host, Mets legend Keith Hernandez, heavy metal rocker Dee Snider, and more. He graduated with a degree in broadcast sales in 1985. Katz will be leading a conversation at the Herg from 10 to 11:30 on Monday. Time for a first check of our weather. Bradley, it feels a lot fall-like. Today it warmed up, but this week it's kind of felt those mornings have been pretty cold.
Today was my favorite day weather-wise since I've gotten here. I got up at 8 a.m. I had a tea time this morning at 9. So I got up, it was a little chilly, but as the sun kept peeking out, oh my God, it kept getting warmer. It was perfect golf weather, perfect weather today. No complaints on my part. I love the fall personally.
Yeah, you can certainly tell it's coming. Let's throw it out to Lilly Ovens, who's live on the Citrus TV weather deck. Lilly, what's the weather looking like for this weekend?
Thanks, guys. I am live outside of Citrus TV station right now, and as you can see, it is a beautiful evening. The sun is shining. I'm looking up. I really cannot see a cloud in the sky. It is a crisp 68, 69 degrees right now with a little bit of breeze, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. Lots of people going through, walking by. It's a perfect day to sit outside, read a book, maybe do your homework, and of course, get those good golden hour selfies. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful evening, and I'll have more on the weather later in the show. Guys, back to you.
A big issue in light of the shooting of 2 Syracuse teens last week, body cameras and their activation. The Onondaga County Sheriff's Office had ordered body-worn cameras with automatically activated sensors when an officer draws a gun from their holster. That being said, they did not end up even taking them out the box. Sheriff Toby Shelley claimed that he didn't know why the county rejected use of the sensors. We'll keep you updated on this developing story.
Indeed, Brad. New details in the Oneida gas leak turned house explosion. The 17-year-old boy who crashed a stolen car into the home was so drunk that he had to be taken to a hospital hours before. 3 hours before that explosion, police were called to a residence where the teen's girlfriend said they were involved in a domestic dispute. The boy was too intoxicated to identify himself or provide information about what happened. He was taken to a hospital. From there, the teen stole a car and crashed it into an Oneida house that severed its natural gas line, triggering the explosion.
Well, a new city law is limiting how many retailers will be able to sell tobacco products and where they can be sold. Mayor Ben Walsh signed the bill after a public hearing where everyone who spoke was in support of the measure. Businesses licensed by the state to sell tobacco products will now have to apply for a city license every year. Walsh initially proposed the law in July, saying it would help limit smoking by city residents, especially minors.
Oh no, are we really dealing with this again? Triple E, is it back? The virus carried by mosquitoes has been reported in Oswego County. Cases of West Nile virus were also found. Experts say that symptoms of the viruses are mild. You might get cold symptoms for a couple of days. Although humans are relatively safe, animals such as horses, they're not. They could be killed with just one mosquito bite.
Okay, a lot to follow there. The 2024 Onondaga County budget, meanwhile, has been proposed. County Executive Ryan McMahon is focusing on property tax cuts, infrastructure, and funding to tackle lead problems. So let's take a look here. Under the new budget, property taxes would be cut by 15%. Over $5 million would go to school-based mental health services, and $750,000 proposed for daycare centers. Other standouts include investment into Micron's community impact and putting more deputies on the streets. The budget will be voted on October 10th.
Let's go to the Finger Lakes, shall we? 2 recycling companies and their top officials were convicted of illegally dumping 800 tons of TV sets, computer monitors, and other electronic waste in 2016. Finger Lakes Cleanup and Recycling Consultants and ALPCO Recycling worked together to dump the waste. The Attorney General said they knew what they were doing was illegal. The owner of one of the companies was fined $225,000, and the other company paid $10 grand in fines.
Well, Governor Kathy Hochul is hoping New York students will be moving on all-electric school buses, but not till 2035. Her office is rolling out new guidance on how to transition away from a diesel-powered fleet. Hochul is encouraging schools to use state and federal money to upgrade their buses, but district leaders are skeptical they can go fully electric in just 12 years.
Cornell University is increasing its yearly contribution to the city of Ithaca by $2.4 million. The university makes payments in good faith to the city in lieu of paying taxes. These additional funds put Cornell at $4 million in contributions per year. The university will also provide a $100,000 annual grant for a Cornell faculty member to work with the city on issues such as sustainability. And coming up on News Live at 6, walking off, the U.S.'s largest union officially on strike. How big this scale of the strike is.
Plus, under the microscope, why Johnson & Johnson is being investigated by the South African government. Stay with us.
Lately, not my happy place.
Solid.
Everybody's pretty tired of each other. We're not themselves. My little brothers were morphing into small creatures. The walls were closing in. Clearly, a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. And there's a lot of that going around right now. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It might not get you out of the house, but it could help you find a little more breathing room.
Here's to the straggly ones, the lopsided ones, the first ones. I miss my beard ones. But hey, I look good with this ones. But no way he's grown that in the weak ones. The black, brown, red, and gray ones. That one. The itchy ones. The never forgotten ones. The ones grown by Dad. The ones grown for Dad. The started late ones. The absolutely filthy ones, the drawn-on ones, the finger ones, the pin ones, the I nearly didn't do it this year ones, and the yeah, why not ones. They all raise awareness, raise funds, start conversations, and save lives. Because whatever you grow will save a bro. Learn more at Movember.com.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. The biggest union in the country is officially on strike, and it's looking like it could last a while, Brad. The United Auto Workers contract expired at midnight last night with 13,000 auto workers walking off. The two sides have been negotiating for nearly 6 weeks, but remain far apart on major issues, including salary increases and benefits.
UAW members walked out in Missouri, Ohio, and Michigan this afternoon. They have $825 million in strike funds. President Biden, meanwhile, spoke about the strike at a press conference this afternoon. Take a listen.
Let's be clear. No one wants a strike. Say it again. No one wants a strike. But I respect workers' right to use their options under the collective bargaining system. And I understand the work
will be a big one to follow. To South Africa now, as high drug prices are under the microscope in America. South Africa is investigating Johnson & Johnson, accusing the company of charging high drug prices. Health advocacy groups say South Africans are being charged more than twice as much for bedaquiline than other low and middle income countries.
That's a drug that treats drug-resistant tuberculosis. South Africa's Competition Commission says it's also looking into Janssen Pharmaceuticals, a subsidiary of J&J.
So the latest now, a judge has banned Spade's ex-soccer chief Luis Rubiales from going within 650 feet of soccer player Jenny Hermoso. This comes after Rubiales kissed her on the lips after Spain's Women's World Cup win, a move Hermoso said was non-consensual.
Appearing in court for the first time, Rubiales denied sexually assaulting Hermoso. He resigned from his position as head of the Football Federation after backlash from the incident.
The latest in a Blind Side movie controversy. Sean and Leanne Toohey said in a court filing that they never intended to adopt Michael Orr and denied enriching themselves off of his name. The Blind Side depicts a heartwarming story of an impoverished future NFL star being adopted into a wealthy family based off the Tooheys.
That story started to seem more like fiction when Orr put in a court filing last month. He claims that he not only didn't know that he hadn't been adopted, but he was in a conservatorship and the Tooheys had profited from his name and did not give him any of the money.
Crazy story there. Meanwhile, $368 million. That's how much money TikTok owes to European regulators now. The social media giant being fined for failing to protect children's privacy.
Ireland's Data Protection Commission says TikTok's sign-up process for teens defaulted their accounts to public, allowing all users to view and comment on videos made by teens. The commission also says TikTok's parental management feature for accounts wasn't strict enough. TikTok says it disagrees with the decision.
We're in for some cooler temperatures tonight. Stay with us for further a look at our weather.
Let's go see your room.
That's not right. How was it? Is it good?
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where do cats go on vacation? New York.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Hey guys, welcome back to Citrus TV News. Taking a look at our temperatures around the region. Definitely some cooler temperatures across the board. Last week we were looking at some pretty consistent 70-degree weather, and that has obviously dipped. A little bit warmer up there in Rome, but staying pretty consistent at mid-60s around the rest of the region. And looking at tonight, a little bit cooler, 58 degrees, some overcast skies and humidity. That humidity that we've been all too used to these past few weeks is coming back tonight. 73% humidity. Definitely going to be a little bit muggy out there. Taking a look at our 5-day forecast, Saturday, tomorrow, game day, 71 degrees. Some clouds in the morning, but they're going to burn off in the afternoon with some sun. Sunday, 72 and cloudy, some cozy Sunday weather. Monday, Tuesday, a little bit cooler, 69 degrees, some showers, some clouds, low 54 and 56. And then Wednesday, the sun will come back out with a high of 75. Guys, back to you.
Lily, thank you. Not looking forward to that Monday.
No, sir.
Well, free refills can be a luxury these days, even at McDonald's. The company is planning on phasing out its self-serve soda machines. Instead, crew members will deliver meals and drinks directly to customers' tables.
Yeah, they say they're making the move mainly because of hygiene and drink theft. But don't freak out just yet, Chile. I see you getting a little antsy over there. McDonald's says it will take around 9 years for this to actually happen. You know what that means to me?
What?
That means 9 more years I could fill my water cup with Diet Coke.
I guess the only good thing that comes out of this is this shrinks.
Oh my God, you're something else. That means I have 9 years to get bigger.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. Well, Syracuse football, big contest on Saturday night. Skyler, Wilkes, what do you got?
It is a big one. SU football faces its first real test of the season, and it comes away from the 3-1-5. Stay tuned for that and more Syracuse sports right after the break.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and... They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
Syracuse football heads to West Lafayette for a primetime showdown with Purdue and a 3-0 start on the line. Welcome into sports. I'm Skyler Wilkes. It's been an easy start so far for the Orange, who have outscored their first two opponents 113-7. But the Boilermakers provide a much bigger challenge. Purdue is the first Power 5 team that the Cuse has faced, and if it's anything like last year's affair, we're in for a show. Well, SU came out on top a season ago. Head coach Dino Babers knows that this Boilermaker squad is not the same.
I think anytime you have a change in staff, it's difficult. We're watching a lot of tape from a lot of places. Then you have to go back and you got to watch the personnel from the game last year to try to get a feel for them. And then to understand that they're being coached by somebody totally different that may want different things than they wanted before doesn't really make it fair to watch the old tape with the old coaches. So it makes for a lot of homework on our part.
Last year's matchup was one for the books. There were 42 fourth quarter points and 8 lead changes overall. Of course, who could forget Arande Gadsden's 25-yard touchdown catch with 7 seconds left to seal the deal. The third ever meeting between the two programs takes place at 7:30 tomorrow night. Syracuse aims for its second Big Ten victory in the Dino Babers era. And now to the pitch, where 7th-ranked SU men's soccer travels south to battle 20th-ranked Wake Forest tomorrow. The Demon Deacons are the third top 25 team that the Orange have faced and second from the ACC. It's been a bit of an underwhelming start for the reigning champs, who have won just once in their last 3 games. Still, Ian McIntyre's crew has yet to lose while allowing the fewest goals per contest in the Atlantic Coast. The Deeks have suffered defeat once already in 2023, but have never lost at home to the Orange in 5 tries. And staying in North Carolina, number 6 Syracuse field hockey is playing right now against number 9 Duke. Year 1 under Lynn Farquhar has been a major success so far. The Orange are 5-0 and lead the country in about every offensive category. Following a 5-1 takedown over Duke last season, the Cuse hopes to begin conference play on the right foot again. With a win tonight, Coach Farquhar would secure the best start by a bench boss in program history. In baseball, the Yankees finished off a 4-game series with the Red Sox yesterday. Coming into the set, Boston had won 7 in a row and 8 of the last 9 over its divisional foe. After a sweep of the first doubleheader on Tuesday, Boston finally got in the win column with a 5-0 shutout. In addition to Tanner Houck's strong start on the mound, shortstop Trevor Story drove home 3 runs on a deep shot to center field. Despite an ugly day for the Yankee bats, starter Michael King shined. The former reliever recorded 8 strikeouts in almost 5 innings of work, which makes 15 Ks in his last 2 outings. The finale, though, went back to New York thanks to a late inning rally. While we can't ignore Aaron Judge's grand slam in the second, it was DJ LeMahieu's 2-run double in the 8th that propelled the Yanks to victory. Both teams sit at 74 and 73, 7.5 games back of the wild card. The Bronx Bombers begin a 3-game set with the Pirates on the road tonight. First pitch is set for 6:35.
Skyler, should be an interesting one for the Yankees tonight, but I'm looking at that SU football game tomorrow. You know, a lot of changes, as you mentioned, as Dino mentioned, with this Purdue team. What's it looking like without Aiden O'Connell?
It's looking interesting. They did a solid job, Purdue did, replacing him with Texas transfer Hudson Card, was one of the most coveted quarterbacks in the country coming out of Longhorns. But a new head coach in Ryan Walters and a new offensive and defensive coordinator. They lost their top 2 receivers from a year ago. Whole different Boilermaker team.
Yeah, definitely should be a fun one, not to mention Citrus TV alum, Noah Eagle, calling that game tomorrow night. Skyler, thank you so much. When we come back, one final check of your weather.
Stay with us.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And welcome back to Citrus TV News. Taking a look at your wake-up weather tomorrow, 70 degrees with a little bit of showers, but not too bad. It's going to be still warm. Those clouds are going to burn off later in the day, so if you're going to be celebrating the Syracuse game tomorrow, you should have some sunshine later in the day to do that. And then a quick little photo of the day for you guys. I took that when I was out walking to class today. Thought it looked so pretty. Little bit of clouds, got the classic Hall of Languages there with some flowers. Thought it was just super cute to take a little photo of the campus.
Yeah, definitely. That water bottle thinks it was cute too.
It does. Thank you. That was my water bottle. You know what else is
You
cute?
got to stay hydrated. You know. It's,
Yeah, exactly.
It's valid.
Exactly. Hey, finally tonight, if you're looking for a late night snack and maybe you're missing a stick of glue for your kid's sign experiment, I don't know if you have kids or any of that.
I would hope not, Chile.
Walmart may be your newest delivery option. The company expanding its delivery services to be offered until 10 at night.
Express delivery will also be offered. Orders can be processed and delivered in 30 to 90 minutes. Chile, are you going to take advantage of this? I'm personally an Amazon Prime guy.
It's too much money. I don't do the Uber Eats, the DoorDash, any of that stuff. It's too much. It's too much. Just go to the store.
I'll take the food delivery. I don't know. What about you guys?
I'm a big DoorDash girl. I love DoorDash.
I'm
And
with
it's
that.
so convenient. Have you heard of DashMart on DoorDash?
I've not.
Comes in like 15 minutes.
Really? Skyler, real quick.
I'm with you, Chile. I'm not a big DoorDash guy either.
All right, well, that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us. I'm Bradley Hoppenstein.
I'm Chilekasi, Adele. Follow us at CitrusTV News on X and Instagram. From all of us, good night.